is growing. That's the only place I long for, where the lazy clouds are sailing and the wild coyote is wailing. Get along, I'm bound for the Rio Grande. And there's a maid so fair with raven hair waiting there to greet this bronco-busting cowboy. When the roundup time is over, here comes your cowboy rover. Get along, I'm bound for the Rio Grande. Way down south by the borderline, a pretty little girl I got in mind is waiting, waiting, waiting. She said last year she'd sure be mine. I guess right now is a pretty good time for maiden, maiden, maiden. Saddlebags on old man's back and strapped against his hide. Sun is bright, the world's all right, so now away I'll ride to meet the girl by the borderline and tell her it's just this waste of time. I'm hating, hating, hating. Where the sleepy Rio flowing and the long run cattle flowing, where the purple sage is growing, that's the only place I long for, where the lazy clouds are sailing and the wild coyote is wailing. Get along, I'm bound for the Rio Grande. And there's a maid so fair with raven hair waiting there to meet this bronco-busting cowboy. When the roundup time is over, here comes your cowboy rover. Get along, I'm bound for the Rio Grande.
That's what I call real good howling.
Howlin'? Why, you chuckline windjammer, what do you know about music?
Don't shoot, don't shoot. Keep your irons cool. I'm afraid if you all say that was music, I'll have to agree. It's mighty nice singing at that. Well, what's the celebration for, boys? Shindig, rodeo, or wedding?
Ain't no wedding yet. I'm kind of hoping to lead up to one.
Don't tell me old Walrus Face here is heading to rope a lady fair.
Not Tombstone.
Oh, he never aims to get himself married. He's just a helpful sort. He fixes everybody else up, so they does.
Oh, Cupid, with handlebars and a six-shooter, eh?
Well, I've done pretty fair. Ain't hardly a girl in the valley ever complained about my work.
No, but plenty of men have.
You see, this is Tombstone's big day. The boss's daughter is coming home, and we're going to surprise her tonight with a barn dance.
And this old coot's planning to carve another notch in his gun.
You mean all them notches are dead men?
Worse than that, everyone stands for a wedding.
Give me that stuff.
Say, who's boss of this spread?
Why, Jeff Randall coming here is the owner.
All ready, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You're Jeff Randall?
Yep.
My name's Bradley, sir. Grant Bradley.
Well,
Seems like you boys have heard the name before.
A gunfighter's reputation travels fast, son. Especially when he happens to be the fastest drawer in 3 states.
Oh, you're covering a lot of territory there. Mr. Randall, I heard this valley's preparing for a range war. You ranchers are hiring gunfighters.
Somebody's been joshing you. It's been years since there's been a single shot fired in this valley.
That's funny. A friend of mine over the state line told me almost 20 gunmen had been hired by one of you ranchers.
Ridiculous. No rancher in this valley's got cause to pay fancy wages for gunfighters. I'm afraid your friend steered you wrong, son.
Maybe you could use an extra hand.
Not right now. But if you're willing to earn regular wages, I'm sure some other spread can.
Which way to the next ranch?
Every rancher's in town today. Yearly meeting with our cattle buyer. You'll catch all of them there.
Thanks. If you don't mind, I'll ride in with you.
Join up, son. Men, you got a half hour to kill before the stage gets here. That'll just about give me time to attend that meeting. See that building?
Yeah?
In about 20 minutes, you can catch all the ranchers coming out.
Thanks, Mr. Randall.
Hello, Hobbs. Cameron.
Hello. Hello, Jeff.
Like Sheldon and the Deacon.
It is. Wonder why he brought his punchers. Looks like a batch of new hands, too. Them new sundown riders look like gunmen to me.
Sure do.
Whose outfit is that?
sundown, I guess. At least they rode in with the owners.
We sure got them wondering, Mark.
Wait till they hear the bad news. Slash, you and the men stay here, while the deacon and me step over to the meeting.
Howdy, boys.
All right. Howdy, men.
Hello, Sheldon. Deacon, those riders yours?
Yeah, in mighty good hands, too.
Oh, you think that's funny, huh? Why?
Beat it.
Beat it.
He's a practical joker.
I don't know. First time I ever laid eyes on him.
I got a feeling it won't be the last.
Well, men, I've got the new contracts for your cattle, but some of you may not want to sign up.
Don't know why not. You've always treated us fair and square.
I've tried, but this year the price of beef is going down.
Well, suppose it is. We're not going to squabble over that. You've been buying our herds for 3 years, and as far as I'm concerned, I'll continue to sell as long as you're willing to buy.
Thanks for your compliments, but you may change your minds when you find the best I can do this year is $1.25 a pound.
Why, beef can't be that low. You paid us 5 cents last year.
That was last year.
Right now, that's the best we can offer.
Why, at that price, it'd pay us to drive our own herds to market.
That's right, if you could.
What do you mean, if we could?
The only way to get cattle out of this valley is through Little Creek Pass. You men all know that. The only other way is across the mountains, and that would take you months.
Why, it's only a 2-day drive through Little Creek.
Yes, but you can't use Little Creek Pass anymore.
Who's going to stop us?
I am. I bought Little Creek Pass last winter and fenced it off. And the only cattle that can go through there belong to me.
You can't get away with that, Sheldon. We used Little Creek Pass long before you came to this country.
I made you a proposition. If you want to refuse it, that's your business. But Little Creek is closed, and that's final.
That was a clever trick, Sheldon, but I'm afraid it wasn't clever enough. All the time you were buying our beef, you were planning to rob us blind. But you're not going to get away with it, not without a fight.
If you men want to start a range war, you'll find I'm not bluffing.
Is that the reason you hired that pack of gunmen?
That's right. And if you're smart, you'll accept my offer.
Maybe Randall don't know it, Bob. By the looks of that bunch, there's smoke in the air.
I don't like that idea at all. I can't sell my cattle for that price.
You definitely got all the worst of it.
Got them licked, Mark.
Just the same, you better order a few more drums of barbed wire. Meanwhile, I'll step over and pick up the payroll. Look at that old codger.
Watch me make him dance.
Might have been the end of me only for you.
My gosh, that was mighty fine work, Bradley.
Hello, Peter. Gee, it's good to see you.
Oh, we're mighty glad to see you back, Miss Randall.
My. You're just about the prettiest thing I ever saw.
Look out, Miss Joan. First thing you know, old Tombstone here will be leading you right to the halter.
Oh, this is Grant Bradley, Miss Joan.
Glad to know you, miss.
How do you do? Well, I guess we'd all better go.
The buckboard, miss.
Would you mind driving?
Me?
Yes.
But that's Tombstone's job, miss.
Must I make it a definite order?
Oh, you don't understand, Miss Randall. He ain't one of our punchers.
Oh, yes, he is. Bradley, I think we may be needing men like you, and right soon, too, Joan.
Hello, Dad.
Oh, thank heaven you're all right.
Oh, please be careful of my hat.
After 3 years in that highfalutin school, I suppose this old place is going to be awfully dull for you.
Not if it keeps on going the way it started.
Looks like I got something made to order.
Well, how about it, Bradley? Still want to go to work for me?
Don't mind if I do, sir.
Then ride back with us and we'll talk it over at the ranch.
Well, now that you're working for us, you can drive the buckboard.
I'm sorry, miss, but I got a little business to take care of in town.
Oh, but...
See you at the ranch, Mr. Randall. All right, Bradley.
Where does that fresh cowhand come from?
Don't tell me you ain't heard of Grant Bradley. Why, he's the fastest lead slinger west of Santa Fe, Miss Joan.
You mean a professional gunman? What does Dad want with him?
That I don't know. I guess he kind of likes his looks. If I was a certain young lady, I'd sort of bait my hook for him.
It happens, Tombstone, that you're not a certain young lady.
The buckboard, miss.
Which one of you half-wits fired those shots?
Why, what shots?
The ones that scared the coach team.
I fired those shots.
What about it?
That boy don't need to pack no gun. His bare hands would make a mule's kick blush with shame.
That hasn't changed my opinion of him.
Any more practical jokers? Now, the next time you decide to play jokes, make sure nobody's life's in danger, especially a woman's. Now, I'll be glad to drive your buckboard, miss.
No, thanks. Forget I ever asked. Get up.
Sending her to finishing school hasn't changed her a bit. She's still the same little spitfire.
Don't let that bother you, Grant. When Miss Jones snaps at anybody, it's a sure sign she likes them.
That's about up, boys.
Where are you going?
What do you think?
Don't be silly. You wouldn't have a chance. That was Grant Bradley.
Well, what if he is a fast draw? A rifle will cut him down to my size.
I thought you had a reputation as a fighter. What's this I hear about you being beat up by a common cowhand?
That was no ordinary cowpoke, Mark. That was Grant Bradley.
Grant. Do you suppose Grant's come for me?
Don't know yet, but it looks kind of funny.
Where is he now?
Just rode out of town with old man Randall.
We don't want him around here if we can help it, especially if he's working for the other side.
I hope you'll never regret the years you spent teaching him all you know with a gun.
I'm still waiting to meet the man that can beat me to the draw. We got to get him on our side or get rid of him.
Some dancer, ain't he?
Think so?
Well, now, me, I wouldn't know for sure, but I got an idea maybe you and him ought to dance together.
After what happened this morning? If I'd had my way, he'd never set foot on this ranch.
Wait just a minute, folks. The boys are going to play a brand new little number we kind of put together ourselves. We call it Cottage in the Clouds.
Daydreams, spending the hours in faraway dreams. Up in the sky I found a stray dream, making believe I built a cottage in the clouds for you, dear. All of my love goes with it too, dear. Heaven is waiting in the blue, dear. There in the garden of my cottage in the clouds. Summertime has come, the lazy days begun, and the golden sun is gleaming. In the clouds I planned to build a cottage grand, but of course I'm only dreaming. Daydreams, spending the hours in faraway dreams. Up in the sky I found a stray dream, making believe I built a cottage in the clouds for you, dear. All of my love goes with it too, dear. Heaven is waiting in the blue, dear. There in the garden of my cottage in the clouds. Some folks build such tall dreams of castles shiny new. This is such a small dream. Why can't it come true? Just let the wind beside us blow us across the sky and guide us up to the open door and hide us there in the shelter of my cottage in the clouds.
Too bad your daughter don't come home more often, Jeff.
The way Cameron's been wolfing them victuals, better watch out he don't kidnap your cook.
Sheldon goes through with his threat. We won't be needing cooks in this valley.
I ain't seen you dance once with Miss Joan tonight, Bradley.
After what she pulled on me this morning? Say not.
She most likely wouldn't dance with you nohow, I guess.
What?
I heard her say you was the clumsiest dancer she ever seen in her life.
Oh, she did she? My dance, cowboy.
Bless my soul, you two wasn't dancing together, was you?
Well, I can't believe my eyes.
You men are seeing things. You still think I'm the clumsiest dancer you ever saw?
Why, I never said that. In fact, you're quite the nicest partner I ever danced with.
Thank you.
Apology for this morning.
Not at all. It was entirely my fault.
We better not wander too far away or Dad'd have the posse on after us.
Oh, come on. I want to hear about that school. I want you to tell... Deacon.
Well, if you don't mind, I think I'll run back.
You don't act none too happy to see me, kid. Why, it's been 5 years since you and me laid eyes on each other.
As far as I'm concerned, that's not long enough. What are you here for?
Just a friendly business proposition. One of the Sundown owners is right anxious for a little palaver with you.
If you're connected with that spread, you tell him my guns are not for hire.
Easy, boy. Well, there's always two sides to a story. You ain't been here very long.
Long enough to know what the Sundown's up to. And whatever side you're on, I'll choose the other. Now, get out.
Well, there you are. Friend of yours?
Just an old acquaintance. Heard I was staying here and stopped by to say howdy. But he's no friend of mine.
I'm glad to hear that.
Do you know the Deacon's half owner of the Sundown?
Yes?
I thought you'd like to know, just in case you didn't.
Thanks. Glad you told me. How about you and I having the next dance?
Wait a minute, Bradley. I'd like to have you meet some of the ranchers.
But Dad, can't that wait? We're just getting acquainted.
I'm sorry, hon, but this is business. Come along, Bradley.
Men? Oh, it's the Grant Bradley.
Howdy. Howdy. Bradley, you know what happened this afternoon? We'd like to hear your opinion.
I suggested we hire gunmen, too. Fight it out to a finish.
Now there's no doubt the Sundown's trying to freeze you fellows out. Starting a range war and getting men killed should be used as a last resort.
We can't let Sheldon choke us out like that.
If we take his offer now, we'd all be ruined in no time.
I've worked for years to build my herds, and I'm not going to let the Sundown freeze me out, not without a fight.
Now, I didn't say you should quit without a fight, but gunfighting might not be the answer. Seems to me Sheldon's prepared to hold back an army.
Bradley's right, men. Yet we've got to do something.
How about calling a mass meeting? Then what? I'm sure if all you ranchers get together, someone will have the right answer. Most of the time I've found there's always one peaceful way out of any trouble.
All right. We'll call a meeting as soon as we get word to all the ranchers.
That's fine. The better.
Ain't it funny how two people that don't like each other spend the whole evening dancing together?
You sure worked fast last night.
Tombstone, just how big is this spread?
Well, you see that ridge over there? That's the north end of our boundary.
Seeing I'm a new hand, I thought I'd better look this range over.
Want me to scout for you?
Oh, thanks, Tombstone. I'd like to do my surveying alone. Oh, morning, miss.
Good morning. Going for a ride?
Yes, ma'am. Thought I'd take a glance at that north range.
I see you got my note.
Come to the point, Deacon.
I want you to meet the boss, kid. He's at the range waiting for us.
This is as far as I intend to go.
I tell you we're on the level, kid. I give you my word.
Your word isn't worth a plug nickel to me. But if a talk with Sheldon will lead to something, I'll ride over. Before we start, I'll take this. Remember, my gun's going to be on you at all times, so if you're walking me into something, you'll go along with me. Now get up there.
Cool down, Slash. No tricks, men. This cowboy's been promised fair play. So hands off.
You. Hello, son. Surprised to see your father?
So you're going under the name of Sheldon now. Thanks. Thanks for at least dropping the family name.
Let you and me forget what happened years ago.
That's easier said than done.
Listen, son. I had no choice but to shoot that ranger. It was either him or me.
So you told me. You called it self-defense. But I happened to see it, too. It was nothing but cold-blooded murder, and you know it as well as I do.
Why didn't you turn me over the law then instead of leaving?
Because I still remembered that you were my father. But I couldn't forget that you had a lust for blood that would one day wind you up on the end of a noose.
Listen, boy. I didn't call you here to fight with you. I got a proposition to make you.
I don't think any proposition you could make would interest me.
Maybe I have one. Me and the deacon have a pretty big spread here. We're doing all right. And it won't be long before we have this whole valley to ourselves.
Save your breath, I'm not interested.
Don't you understand? I want to cut you in on it.
Get this straight, both of you. I want no part of your rotten deal.
Look, kid, I'll admit I'd rather have your gun on my side. But if you're going to fight against me, it means only one thing. You and me will have to shoot it out before long.
That's up to you.
Don't be silly, boy. I taught you everything you know with a gun. I could drop you where you stand.
Maybe you could. But I'd make sure the pupils don't show the teacher a couple of new tricks. Come on, Deacon, we're leaving.
What's the matter? Afraid somebody will shoot you in the back?
No, not afraid. Just careful.
What's going on?
This meeting was called because we're facing a condition which may plunge this whole valley into a range war. However, there's a man here who's been through that sort of thing before. And I want you to hear what he's got to say. This is Grant Bradley.
Well, folks, there's no doubt but what Sheldon's trying to force you into selling your beef at his price, or else fight.
All right, let's fight.
Listen, men, listen. You men who are so willing to start a cattle war. How many of you have ever been through one before?
This may sound funny coming from me, professional gunfighter, but Mrs. Forbes is right. Range wars are easy to start, but mighty hard to stop.
You men deciding to sign the contracts?
No. What are you doing here? Hold it. I wasn't invited here at all. Sit down, everybody.
Sheldon, we didn't ask you here. Get out.
Wait a minute, Mr. Randall. Since the Sundown's curious about our business, they're welcome to stay and hear what I have to suggest. Sheldon, we all know you're anxious to settle this with gun law. Maybe you'll get your wish. But for the moment, I don't believe you've got the right to close a pass that's been open for years as a right-of-way for this community. So I suggest to you men that you petition a court of law to decide this issue once and for all.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Now, let me tell you something. I got a little crick, and that's my law. So go ahead and petition your court. But I'm giving you men 1 week to accept my offer for your beef. And you better make up your minds before it's too late.
Boy, it looks like you got Sheldon plenty worried.
That's what I call smart thinking, Bradley. What do we do now? You men get the petition, and I'll take it to the county seat. Then I'll bring back a circuit judge to hold court here.
It may be weeks before you can do that.
I'll have one back at the end of the week if I have to hog tie it.
Let's go to the office and get the petition, man.
Dad, you've helped this valley out of a tight spot. But you did have me puzzled the other day.
Puzzled? About what?
Going to the sundown with the deacon. I didn't know what to think.
Your father know about that?
No. I didn't want to jump at conclusions without giving you a chance to explain.
Thanks, Joan. But it's easy to explain. Sheldon tried to bribe me to join his outfit.
I had an idea it was something like that. I'm happy your answer put you on our side of the fight.
Hey, they're going through with it, boss. Bradley's going to take that petition to the county seat. That kid's going to cause us trouble yet.
No, he ain't. Slash, now's your chance to get even with Bradley for giving you that licking.
Don't worry. I'll take good care of him this time.
I want no killing. Rope him off his horse and bring him to my ranch alive.
Oh, but boss...
I said I want no killing.
What are you going to do with the kid, Mark?
Keep him under cover for a week.
Good idea. For that time, I'll be forced to meet our terms.
There's the petition, Brad. All signed and ready.
That's fine.
How about me and the boys going with you?
That's right. Sheldon may try to stop you.
No thanks, boys. I'd rather go alone. Think I've got a better chance of getting through.
Why don't you let the boys go with you?
Don't worry about it. I'll be back.
But you might not.
Would it make that much difference?
Yes, it would.
I'll be back. What's the idea? You look a little peaked. A long walk will do you good. Run on!
Well, what happened to you?
Oh, well, you see, boss,
Never mind. I can guess. Get in the bunkhouse.
That's enough of that. Looks like the kid put another one over on you.
No, he hasn't yet. In a couple of days, we're going into town and spread the word that he's my son and left the country for good.
What'll it get us? They'll send somebody else.
They won't have time. Remember, I've given them just 1 week to accept my offer.
Every night the prairie moon rolls on. There's a lonely cowboy riding, riding. Seems I hear him sing a carefree song, but it's only tears he's had.
found out Grant Bradley is Sheldon's son.
Where'd you hear that?
Sheldon and the deacon's been spreading it all over town.
I can't believe that.
Neither can I.
Nevertheless, it's true.
Say, come to think of it, he was talking with the deacon that night of the dance.
I tell you, Jeff, he's tricked us. We played right into his hands.
So that's why Bradley didn't want to take my men with him.
Sure. He never meant to bring back the judge.
It seems to me the least we could do is give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure he'll be back.
I'm not, and we can't take that chance.
Well, how about me going for the judge? Too late now. By the time we get the ranchers together and sign another petition, our time with Sheldon will be up.
That means we're licked right now. Howdy, folks. Hello, Joan.
Grant, I'm so glad you're back.
Bradley, we've been given to understand you're Sheldon's son. What about it?
Who told you that?
Are you or aren't you?
Yes, I am. But that doesn't mean I'm working for him.
Then why did you keep it a secret?
Well, because That's something I can't tell you right now. But I'm on your side, men. You've got to believe that.
Where's that judge you were going to bring back?
He'll be here tomorrow.
Where is he now?
Hiding in the cabin up the ridge. I didn't dare bring him in tonight. It was too risky. I came to get the boys, Mr. Randall, so we can escort him into town tomorrow.
What do you say, men?
Yeah, might as well let him go. There's nothing else we can do.
All right, Bradley.
Thanks, Mr. Randall.
Saddle up, boys.
One more thing. We'll want Sheldon and the deacon in town for the hearing.
But if they know we've got the judge, they'll never show up.
They will if you tell them you're ready to sell.
Come on, Hobbs. We might be able to catch Sheldon in town.
Hey, Jeff. It's about time your boys showed up with that judge, ain't it?
Don't worry, they'll be here.
Well, I'm beginning to think this is another trick of Sheldon and that son of his to stall us again.
Owens may be right, Jeff. Blood's thicker than water, you know.
There they are. Folks, meet Judge Bennett.
Howdy, Judge.
Judge? How do we know he's a judge?
Who said that?
I did.
Why, you dead blame cow nurse, you take that back pronto or I'll fine you for contempt. Well, now that that's settled, let's hold court.
The defendants are not here yet.
Well, get your sheriff and go fetch him.
We have no sheriff, Judge.
Well, how you gonna hold court without defendants?
They'll be here.
Here they come now.
Is that Sheldon and Webster in the lead?
Yeah, and you better serve them before they catch on to what's up, Judge.
Hold that. Mark Sheldon, Deacon Webster.
Yeah. Yes?
Yeah, just a minute.
Who are you?
I'm Judge Bennett, and I've got an injunction case against you two, and I'm holding court in 5 minutes.
You can't do that. We haven't been legally notified.
Well, you're notified now, and you two hustle over there before I fine you for contempt and render judgment by default.
Let's get in there and see what he's got to say.
Order in the court now. Go ahead and sit down. Take off your hats there, men. This court is now in session. This here petition requests an injunction preventing the sundown owners from closing a piece of property known as Little Creek Pass. The plaintiffs have stated their side of the case. The court will now listen to the defendant.
I demand a jury.
Ain't got time for that. Besides, ain't necessary. Quiet! Order in this court. Let's hear what you men have to say.
Since when has it been against the law to fence off private property? Little Creek Pass belongs to me, and I reserve the right to protect it against trespassers.
Your Honor, the petition's...
I read the petition. You sit down before I fine you for contempt of court. Proceed.
I own that pass, and I claim the right to fence it off.
Can he prove he owns it?
Quiet! I'll throw you out of here if you don't keep quiet. There's no question of ownership involved. I looked up the records before I came, and Sheldon's deed to Little Creek is duly recorded.
But, Your Honor, these ranchers have used Little Creek Pass for years. I say it's public property.
And I say you sit down. And it's the last time I'm a-warning you. When did you men last use that pass to drive your cattle to market?
We haven't had occasion to use it for 3 years.
Why not?
Because Sheldon's been buying our stock and shipping it out himself.
And it's been closed ever since. And I claim there's no law can force me to open it.
Has anyone else got anything to say before I pass judgment?
Your Honor?
Go ahead.
This group of men have fought to make this valley one of the most prosperous in the state. The welfare of this whole community depends on the free use of Little Creek Pass. But if you give this man the right to close this cattle trail, you also give him the right to put a noose around the neck of every rancher in this district.
That's right. Quiet! Order in this courtroom now! Quiet!
Very good.
Before this court renders its verdict, I'm warning all of you, I want no demonstration. After hearing both sides of the testimony, this court cannot help but feel that the defendants, Sheldon and Webster, are a couple of ruthless, despicable tricksters. They call themselves law-abiding citizens. But to my mind, they're as bad as the worst outlaws I've ever sent to prison. However, that's only my opinion, not the judgment this court is about to render. When you ranchers stop using that pass and let Sheldon close it, you also gave up your rights to it as a public cattle trail and left yourself without recourse. And therefore, as much as I hate to do it, this court can find no ground on which to grant an injunction against the defendants, Sheldon and Webster. Case dismissed.
Now that you men know where you stand, perhaps you're ready to sign them contracts.
Not by a long shot. The whole thing looks like a dirty frame-up to me. I'm going to drive my herd through Little Creek if I have to blast my way through.
You'll never get anywhere acting like that.
You've got a lot of nerve to talk. What have you got to lose? Get over to the other side where you belong.
Stop it, Hobbs. Bradley's right. We're in no position to fight.
I'll say you ain't. When you're ready to talk business, meet me over at the saloon.
Wish I was 20 years younger, young man.
It's all right, son. You did your best.
For Sheldon, you mean?
We appreciate all you've done, Grant.
But I don't think we'll be needing you any longer. We're licked, Bradley. Bye, son.
I'm sorry it had to end this way.
So am I.
Goodbye, Grant.
Judge, we're not licked yet. I'm going to make some of those ranchers eat their words. I want you to draw up a paper, Judge.
What sort of a paper?
Get hold of that pen. I'll tell you what to write.
All right.
Dad, I'll be waiting for you at the hotel.
All right, dear. What do you men want to do?
Might as well get it over with. How about it, men?
Sure, sooner than later.
Well, I give up. I'm through fighting.
Hour after hour.
All right, Sheldon. We're ready to sign those contracts.
It's about time you came to your senses. It'll save you a lot of bloodshed. And to show you there's no hard feelings, I'll pay you a cent a pound more than I agreed. Now, if you men are ready to sign up, let's step on over to the office.
All right.
Just a minute, man. Just a minute. You think you've got these ranches right where you want them. But you've forgotten one thing. I'm still here. Read that, Sheldon.
What's in it?
It's an agreement giving every cattleman in this district the right to drive his herd through Little Creek Pass. And I want you to sign it.
You think I'm crazy?
I'm giving you a last chance. Do you want to sign this paper? Or do I tell what happened 5 years ago?
You haven't got the nerve. Go on. Why don't you talk?
Rather than see you wipe out this whole community, I will. 5 years ago, Ranger Jim Whitlock was killed. Mark Bradley, alias Mark Sheldon, I'm accusing you of that murder.
All right. But you'll never live to prove it. All right. Go ahead and draw.
I'll give you that chance. Unbuckle your gun belts and throw them in here. Over here. Thanks, Deacon. Thanks for saving my life.
That's all right, kid. I guess we both had it coming to us.
Where the sleepy Rio's flowing, and the long run cattle blowing, where the purple sage is growing, that's the only place I long for. Where the lazy clouds are sailing, and the wild coyote is wailing. Get along, I'm bound for the Rio Grande, and there's a maid so fair, with raven hair, waiting there to greet this bronco-busting cowboy. When the roundup time is over, here comes your cowboy.